Find out what happens when Agent P is scheduled to fight his 100th battle with the evil Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Read along with me in your book. You will know it's time to turn the page when you hear this sound. Let's begin now. One summer day, Phineas and Ferb were watching the news when a platypus appeared on the screen. Phineas turned to their pet platypus, Perry.
Hey, he looks like you, Perry. Of course, he doesn't look nearly as smart.
Perry made a chittering sound. He agreed. The news reporter didn't know much about the platypus species.
Well, what does it do?
The zookeeper shrugged.
Not much. He does like sandwiches, though.
Just then, the platypus curiously sniffed the air. He smelled a sandwich. The platypus headed out of the zoo to follow the scent. A few minutes later, the phone rang. Jeremy was calling to talk to Candace, Phineas and Ferb's sister.
I'll be at the big pet wash at the park today. Why don't you bring Perry to the park and we can wash him together?
Candace set off to find Perry right away. But Perry wasn't just a pet. He was also a secret agent who had to save the tri-state area from the evil Dr. Doofenshmirtz on a daily basis. And he was already running late. In the backyard, Phineas was trying to figure out how to spend the day.
Since there's nothing more fun than fun, why not add fun to everything? Fun shoes, fun oatmeal, fun origami, fun house. We'll turn our house into a fun house.
A little while later, a delivery truck brought a ton of funhouse supplies. It also brought the platypus from the zoo. He had followed the scent of the sandwich into the truck and had snuck in. Then, the platypus smelled another sandwich right at the secret entrance to Agent P's lair. He headed inside to find it. Major Monogram, the head of Perry's spy agency, couldn't tell that a different platypus had taken Agent P's place.
Today is a very special day. Your 100th battle with Dr. Doofenshmirtz. We planted hundreds of hidden cameras in Evil Incorporated so that we here at headquarters can watch the historic event. Now do us proud, Agent P.
The platypus stared blankly at Major Monogram. Suddenly, a propeller sprang out of the chair. Soon, the platypus was zooming off to the headquarters of Doofenshmirtz, Evil Incorporated. Moments later, the platypus from the zoo crashed into Dr. Doofenshmirtz's headquarters, scattering things everywhere. But the doctor didn't realize that Agent P had been replaced by an ordinary platypus. Dr. Doofenshmirtz quickly tracked the platypus and unveiled his evil invention, the least likely-inator.
I'm gonna name this bad boy at City Hall and zap my brother, the mayor, and he'll make a fool of himself in front of the legislature, which is the least likely thing he'd ever do. And the city will be forced to give the tri-state area to me.
Later that day, Jeremy, Candace, and Perry arrived at the park for the pet wash. Jeremy smiled.
You ready for your bath, homeboy?
Perry did his best to avoid getting in the tub, but Candace wasn't giving up very easily.
What's wrong with you, Perry?
Back at home, Phineas, Ferb, and their friends worked together to build a funhouse. Phineas couldn't wait to test a wall slide. Buford stomped over to him.
Where do you want the clown head?
Phineas pointed down the hall.
Clown room. Hey, Isabella, how's that hall of cookies coming?
Great, but I haven't doubled the recipe.
Phineas grinned. At this rate, the funhouse would be ready in no time. At Dr. Doofenshmirtz's headquarters, the doctor was about to launch his least likely-inator. But before he could activate it, he accidentally freed the platypus from the trap. The platypus waddled across the room and started licking a puddle of coffee off the floor. All those sandwiches had made him thirsty. The evil doctor narrowed his eyes.
Oh, down on all fours. I know that fighting technique. It's Singapore crab. I'm gonna sidewalk all over you, baby.
While Dr. Doofenshmirtz practiced his crab walking, the platypus sniffed the air. He smelled something delicious coming from a tall rat. For a moment, Dr. Doofenshmirtz was confused. Then he noticed what the platypus was staring at.
Hey, that's my sandwich display case.
Immediately, the platypus knocked over the case of sandwiches, which landed right on top of Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Now he was trapped. Then the platypus raced past him and grabbed the stinkiest sandwich of them all. The doctor finally pulled himself up.
Okay, Perry the Platypus, the claws are off now. From here on in, I fight the man style.
The platypus suddenly lunged for a sandwich on top of a lever. A brick wall sprang out of the floor, and Dr. Doofenshmirtz ran right into it.
Okay, see you start the brick wall.
Then the platypus jumped on a table. He was trying to grab yet another sandwich.
What's the matter, Perry the Platypus? Don't they feed you at the agency?
The doctor took a flying leap to tackle the platypus, but the semi-aquatic mammal hopped off the table just in time. At the park, Candace managed to finally give Perry a bath. She handed him over to Jeremy and smiled.
Here's cuteness.
Now that bath time was over, it was time to take Perry back home. When they arrived, they were immediately sucked into a tunnel of flashing rainbow lights. Jeremy was impressed.
A fun house. Man, your brothers are cool.
Candace sighed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Phineas and Ferb's funhouse was full of outrageous surprises. There was a row of mirrors that made silly reflections and a bunch of swirly, swoopy slides in bright colors. Another room had a really wild surprise. A llama in pajamas. And yet another part of the funhouse had a row of super secret doors. Perry was relieved. Finally, he could transform into Agent P and slip away undetected. He had an important battle to get to. At the end of the funhouse, Phineas and Ferb were waiting for their sister in a room full of sugary treats. Phineas grinned.
So fun, huh, Candace?
Candace glared at her brothers.
No, not fun, not fun.
Suddenly, everyone heard a voice from outside.
Candace, boys, come help me with the groceries.
Mom was home. Candace leaned out the window.
Mom, Phineas and Ferb built a giant fun house inside our house.
Around the same time, Dr. Doofenshmirtz had just come up with a brilliant idea to try and foil the platypus.
I've been going about this all wrong. I should be zapping you with the least likely invader, so they'll lose. But first, I gotta get this sandwich out of the way.
As he tossed the sandwich over his shoulder, the platypus followed it to the propeller chair. Dr. Doofenshmirtz fired his inhaler, zapping everything but the platypus. The platypus quickly sat on the chair. Then, the chair and the platypus headed back to Agent P's lair. Dr. Doofenshmirtz could only watch in horror.
I should have zapped myself.
Just then, one of the beams from the least likely invader hit Candace. The beam caused her to take down the funhouse before her mom came inside.
Why am I doing this?
Candace's mother walked into the living room a few moments later.
So, where's this fun house?
Phineas tried to explain.
Candace cleaned the whole thing up before you could see it.
His mom frowned.
Well, that seems unlikely.
Ferb nodded in agreement.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Finally, Agent P arrived at his lair. Major Monogram and his intern Carl were ready to celebrate. Major Monogram had never been so proud.
Congratulations. Astounding work.
Agent P didn't know what he was talking about, but it sounded like the tri-state area was safe from Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and that was all that mattered.